guys, and welcome back to my channel. So we've never shot a main video here before. I have a new video idea. Cook with me instead of get ready with me. Cook with me. During Emma's last channel crisis, I asked you guys what would you like to see. A lot of you said you'd love to see me cook stuff. I've never been a fantastic cook, but as a determined individual, I'd like to say I've come an incredibly long way. Ophelia, it always seems very proud of me. I think I've come a very long way when it comes to cooking. I very much believe that anyone can cook. Name that reference. Please, somebody name that reference. It's like one of my favourite films. It's like Chris knows that favourite film. One of my favourite animated films. I'm aware this isn't the best angle. I don't know where to angle this from. I've got everything down here. Woo, all of my ingredients. Today I will be cooking spag bowl. This is not the correct wine. I need red wine, but A, alcohol is expensive. B, this is already what I had because the other day I made a seafood tagliatelle. Why did that fizz? That is something I can certainly make with you guys in my £5 Sainsbury's wine glasses. Oh my gosh, my mum. This is that's the day I've had. My mum bought some fancy, beautiful, expensive ones from John Lewis. She bought 4 and 2 of them have smashed. I smashed one of them by accident. And then my godfather smashed the other one. So they haven't lasted very long. My £5 student, when I got a till, I thought they were saying 15. They were 5, 15? No, 5, 15? Because it was 4 wine glasses. I couldn't believe it was £5. And they're very steady, they're very chunky. Always done a good job. Now this is gonna just join me while I make food. Trying to get an angle for this is going to be so difficult because it needs something that's high up, but not that high up and not this low down. We will figure out a system for this. Cool, yeah. You still can't see what I'm doing. I have to tilt you down when I want you to pay attention to what I'm doing, I guess. When's the last time I made spaghetti bolognese? I don't even know. I'm just gonna the recipe I'm gonna use is from BBC Good Foods. I'll just link it for you down in the description. Do I need 2 of these? I hope I don't need 2 of these. I don't want to use 2 of the chopped tomatoes. That's angering you, some of you, I'm aware. 2 of those for 500 grams of, I feel like that doesn't, oh, passata, that's what I want. You always want to have a decent stock of passata, I feel. Ah, thank God I've only got 1 left. Right. Whoops. There's a learning curve to these things, I'm telling you. A very steep learning curve. I'm gonna steam up my lens now, trying to do this. Because I'm really hungry, so I'm gonna try and cook now. This can work. I'm gonna cook now, eat, and film, cook now. Actually, I was at Philly's today. That's right. Let me tell you about my day. So I got up fairly late, to be honest. I was really annoyed at myself. Yeah, I'll tell you this when the kettl's boiled, actually. It doesn't really matter how much water you put in, to be honest, because it's just gonna reduce anyways. I like to pour the rest of the hot water down the sink because I'm telling myself that it's doing something. That's just the OXO cube, but just doing its thing, and I've got everything over here. Keep all of my pans and oh, that's really cool. This is a reducer diffuser thingy. I think they're really cheap. They're really good. My mum bought it for me, and my older brother has now started getting jealous when she buys me cooking things, but not him. Just gonna turn that down because I don't want to boil it. I feel like some of you might be much better cooks and are judging everything I do. It's this is a student. Let's say this is my student cooking segment, because I haven't got the right ingredients, to be honest. We have no red wine. I'm not actually the world's biggest fan of red wine. Wait, I was telling you a story. What story was I telling you? Oh my God, thumbnail. This should be my logo. Ha ha ha. Cooking with Emma. Lol. What am I doing? Okay, I'm just gonna pour all the tomato stuff in there. I don't think there's really any order that you should do this in. If you're a way better cook, you're probably screaming at me no, Emma, don't put the passata in with the, fuck this. It's going in. Passata is really good. It's something I completely didn't even think to put in. I don't think people always put in passata. Woo! Is anybody else excited for the 1975's new album? I am. Oh, Mum, if you're watching, we have to redo this kitchen. There's no, this little section right here, that's all of the prep space I have. If I had a little bit more space, basically we want to move the sink is the idea. Oh, the things I would be able to do. I put in 1 of the chopped tomatoes. It says 2, but I don't think I put 2 in. usually. Do yourself a favour, when you're looking up recipes online, look at more than one and then like cross-reference, because I very rarely completely stick to one recipe. And that's one thing I found that as I've got better, because one of the reasons I want to do this is because I really couldn't cook. Like I couldn't. That's why I really believe that anyone can cook. Don't be lazy. I can't cook isn't an excuse. You can learn anything. Like I feel like I'm proof of that. Okay, there you go. It looks like it's a sauce. It's basically tomato water. Shall I show you my wonderful tomato water? Oh, how great. It looks like soup. And I feel also what I've been impressed by a lot is like how much my brother has got better at cooking, my older brother. Point of reference I keep using for people is that I keep saying how once he cooked for the 5 of us, and like honestly we all didn't eat it. I felt so bad, but at the same time Louis served us like sausages, I think it was beans, mushrooms, onion. Like I'm not being funny, Louis, like that was maybe not one of your best, but he's got way better, and it's always cool to see people like get better at cooking. And as well, like when people start like asking your advice and taking you seriously. I feel like the idea I want is like, I'm just gonna cook like I would anyway and just like fill you in on my life, you know, like a get ready with me, but like a cook with me. Because I feel like most cooking videos on YouTube is just like a recipe, even though like I find it so therapeutic in vlogs, like watching people cook, like I love it. And you guys clearly must too, like otherwise this would not have been requested. Like this is essentially like a requested series almost. Hang on. Do this thing where I'll take one kitchen square? That's not what it's called. What the hell is it called? Like napkin thingy. And I'll basically use that to put all of my like kitchen like waste on it, and then I'll just bundle that up and chuck it in the bin. Like it's so much easier than I'm like faffing around. God, I hate faffing around. I like the word faff though. I think faff is an incredibly good word. Yeah, okay, so the day I was having. So I ended up getting up late, which was really annoying. I don't like doing that. You know when you get up, when you wake up with your alarm, but then you're so like tired for whatever reason that you actually fall back asleep again. Like that happens to me far too often. It's usually like if I haven't been able to just get to my coffee machine in time. Basically like completely switched to so now I'm really proud of myself. My hands are clean, don't worry. I've just like diced them. I'm just gonna just chuck them in. They will do their thing eventually. See, this is why the Gorilla Pod is gonna be probably the best thing to film this on. I'll just have to change my angles as I go through. Right, didn't slice my hand open. I just kind of want to do this because I feel like I'm putting a lot of effort into my other videos at the moment. So I'd like to have like one series that's like low maintenance, if that makes sense. But like that's kind of why I love the live streams. Like I really want to do more of them with you guys because I love interacting with you guys, and it's like really like fun live thing that I can do. And it is again low maintenance. Like I don't have to edit anything. Like editing, if you do it well, takes so much time. Because it's almost like I didn't realize how much editing a really good video actually takes. Like I make films, why am I saying, like why does that surprise me? If you watch my how I edit Instagram video, I'm actually gonna film the talky bit of that later. But I edited all of the animation and like intro stuff before. And like that took such a long time. Like an unbelievably long time. I watched so many other videos to like see what they were doing like aesthetic wise, just so that mine can be better. I feel like mine has to be better. I don't know what it is at the moment. I feel you pointed out to me today. I make like 3 videos a week sometimes. I know I've always really done 2 or tried to do 2. That's a lot. I'm sure these onions are captivating to you. How many of you right now have this open on a separate tab and actually doing something else? Does anybody? I do that all of the time. I do that all of the time. I am not getting anywhere with any of my stories right now. I'm so sorry. This is like how my mind has been all day. I just hopped in the shower. I wanted to film 4, maybe even 5 videos today. That was my plan. But then Ophelia like rings me while I'm in the shower, so obviously I can't pick up. Get out of the shower and I ring her back, and she basically says that like she's having her like her Wi-Fi installed, and that somebody for some reason has come back, and it's kind of like she's just there alone with this like random like engineer, and she's like not 100% comfortable. So like I go over to hers. We ended up actually building IKEA furniture. I feel like she filmed it because we were like talking about like life and about YouTube, about my most recent YouTube crisis as well. This is a product of said most recent YouTube crisis. Should I move it back in my face now? Hello everybody. Talking about YouTube and stuff, and like the Shane Dawson, Jake Paul stuff. I hopefully by now should have my thoughts in it recorded, because there's just something Shane talked about in the video that I really agree with, and I've always wanted to talk about it, but like
now has never been a better time, about how there has to be something fundamentally different about YouTubers to do what we do. And essentially my argument is, I haven't actually filmed that yet, the OG YouTubers, like I've been doing this for I've been doing this for almost 6 years. I kind of count myself as that. Like I've been doing YouTube for a long time. I feel like because of my age, people don't necessarily realise that. Wine break. My eyes aren't in this shot, but they've just started watering, so I'm grateful for that right now. And especially because I've just done my makeup. Oh, bloody hell, I can't actually see. Especially because I've just done my makeup to do the how I edit my Insta videos. I'm so grateful I have lights. Like, now it starts getting dark so early. So that's like fucking every YouTuber, because if you work with daylight, you're like screwed now. Ta-da! Oh my god, why is this burning my eyeballs? Fucking hell, ow. Oh! Also, I'm aware I haven't put the extractor fan on. It's because it makes so much noise and this would be kind of impossible. Also, I don't mind the entire house smelling of spaghetti sauce. Wait, I swear there's like lights under here, isn't there? Ah! Okay, well it works over there. I don't know why it's not working here. That's the most inconveniently, maybe I've just turned it off. Ah, there we go. Yeah, that's better. Ta-da! Ta-da! That's better. Okay, right, now I'm lit from a better angle. Shit, where was I going? Yeah, so I went to Ophelia's and basically I just ended up like helping her assemble her IKEA furniture. Like, if you guys have been watching the weekly vlog, I'm sure you will know that is like, well, I've done a lot. I've assembled maybe like 20 something pieces. Several beds, for God's sakes. Like, they are so difficult. I'm aware I should probably do all of this stuff in the pan first and then like put it in the big pot, but like, I can't be bothered, so that's how we're doing that. This is student cooking for a reason. This is not a proper cooking. I'm doing the garlic, by the way. This is not a proper cooking video. This is a... Emma is hungry. Emma was meant to film and be so productive today. That hasn't happened. No shade at Fulia lol. We actually filmed assembling stuff on her channel. I will link that video below for you because it was actually a lot of fun to... Ah, fuck my wine. I almost knocked over my wine glass. How about I just drink some from it? Oh yeah, my knife is pink. Would you expect anything less from me? Like, if you've been watching me for long enough. Yeah, so I went to a few days, so I didn't really get done what I wanted to do. Hence why I'm being a little bit more inventive and doing this as a video. I feel like one thing I've learned from in France, our housekeeper, is basically like olive oil. You can put olive oil in everything. And my friends always bitch at me because I forget to season things. Mainly because like my mum cooks with so little salt. Like when I taste salt in something, I'm like, oh. So I always like forget to put it in, and like I really don't use it very much. And to be honest, the problem is a lot of like convenience foods have a lot of salt in it. So we're actually, and like a lot of restaurants put loads of salt in it. We're actually just really used to having salt as part of our diets, but you don't actually need very much salt at all in what you eat. Lol, it's a conspiracy. This is like half pepper. I think this is still good. Yeah, I'm still chopping the garlic. What's wrong with me? My latest channel crisis was basically like, with the weekly vlog ending, I ended it earlier this week. I was gonna film originally this week, but that just didn't happen because like, lol, I have a life. Like, it's weird, it sounds weird to say, but like, it's because I have a life. Contrary to popular belief, I do have a private life, so it's not always, not that it's not appropriate to film, it's just that it's not, like, it's, in London, I do live a very fast-paced life, so it's like, it's not easy to whip out my camera every 5 seconds and like, even if I'm like, ooh, aesthetic shot of this, ooh, aesthetic shot of that. Like, I've just been back, I just made myself so busy. Obviously, like, that's my prerogative, that's what I want to do. Kind of sad, like, I really didn't necessarily want to. Said that I'm probably not going to do Vlogmas. I'm a student, guys, I have to, like, not cock up my degree and have a job. I'm in full-time education. I do this as well. Like, there's just a lot on my plate. You know, my mum kept asking me, like, Emma, do you not think you've bit off more than you can chew? And I'm like, I bloody hope not. There's enough hours in the day to do all of this stuff. It's just how much sleep am I gonna have? Weekly vlog is over, but my point was basically that the weekly vlog takes an awful lot of time and an awful lot of effort. So it's kind of like, that's the level of intensity I'm now used to. How am I supposed to direct that energy? And my mum will be sat there going, your dissertation! But actually, mummy, I'm fairly on track with my dissertation. I need to email my supervisor to be like, let's meet. Like, mind mapped everything, and I'm doing well on it. Would you guys like, maybe? It will not be something you'll get immediately, wait a really long time for it, but I could like sort of vlog bits of the process of me doing my dissertation, because I know a lot of you, are younger than me. And this is something you'll have to do very soon. So if I were to just like vlog like little bits of my experience of doing it, to have like one dissertation vlog. At this point in the year I did this, at this point in the year I'd done that. Just so that by the end of it, I kind of have a record of everything that's happened. But I want to do a lot more uni content as well. One of the recommendations I got of videos they wanted me to make during my crisis, best and worst uni experiences, and I have that list on my phone. And I would have filmed it maybe as well today had I not wanted to do so many other things. I just need to start getting up at like 6 AM or something, like. This is how this is looking. Woo. This is very watery, but it'll get there. Oh, I have a chili. Very happy about having a chili, actually. How do you do this again? You cut it in half and then you gut it, right? So I spent the day basically at Ophelia's, which was absolutely lovely. She is such a good egg. Like, I can't stress enough my love for her. Like, she is a fabulous, cut in half, so now I'm gonna like scrape out. Like, she's honestly one of the loveliest humans I think I've ever had the pleasure of knowing. She's so supportive with like creative stuff. And like, I'd like to think obviously like mutually supportive, but it's so nice to like have that creative group of friends, which I think is something I kind of always really wanted, but never like fully realised. Obviously I have a lot of creative friends, but they're not like all friends together, if that makes sense. So it's quite nice having that. Like, Francesca was there as well, and she's like the loveliest human. She's somebody I've become, she's on Ophelia's channel, I'll link a video with them both below. Like, she's somebody I've become very fond of very quickly. Part of my crisis was like that I thought I was not going to have a good social third year, because like second year was so good, and I was like panicking, being like, oh god, my friends have all forgotten about me. Because obviously having been away for so long, they'll have hung out without me, so it's kind of like, nobody loves me. Also, I'm not putting celery in this because I don't like celery and I don't want to. This is why this is student cooking, not adult cooking. I'm trying to think a lot more about the age I am. I'm supposed to be an adult, but I don't feel like I'm an adult yet. But like, I'm supposed to be one, but I don't feel like I am one. It's like this, I feel like this is a weird limbo between not even being a teenager, like being a child. So I appreciate that it's like, yeah, I'm a young adult, but I'm not. Am I even an adult yet? So it's kind of something I want to like think about more. I think about it a lot film-wise. I feel like so I'm trying to concentrate on like how we're all acting right now, because I do want to write that into a film. Like, that's something I really want to. I feel like this stage is really hard. Like, I remember speaking to somebody at a barbecue over the summer, and she's like, she's a lovely woman. She was like 60 something, I think. I got that completely wrong. I'm really bad at guessing people's ages. But she said that she wouldn't go back to being 20 at all. Like, you know, she was a model, she's like very beautiful woman, but like, to hear somebody say that, like, even with all the, you know, attraction of youth and all that kind of stuff, that she wouldn't go back to being 20, I'm like, fuck! Like, this bit of my life is, like, I don't know if we give ourselves enough credit for how difficult this bit of our lives are. Because, like, no, we're not going through maybe massive money things or massive, like, divorces or, like, all the really bad shit, but I feel like there's a lot of, like, little bad things. Obviously, I wouldn't know otherwise, but I feel like there's a lot of little difficult bad things. I enjoy being 20, don't get me wrong, but I feel like there's a lot of this overwhelming sense of the unknown. We have so much that isn't set in concrete. Not that anything ever is, but like, you know, we don't know necessarily who we're going to end up marrying, if we're going to end up having kids, yes or no, how many, if we're going to like live in certain places, if we're going to like be certain people, if we're going to have certain jobs and do kind of stuff. So I feel like a lot of stuff is like, I don't know what I'm doing is like the over kind of arching feeling of being this age. But then it's exciting because there's so much like we could do and we can do. I put the chili in, did I even mention that? Like, yeah, there's so much that we could do, so much that we can do. It's exciting, but it's kind of stressful in that kind of way of like, fuck, what am I doing? This is quite a nice wine. I honestly can't wait for when we get our I don't know if we're gonna get our wine delivered. I think my parents are going back fairly soon to France, so hopefully we're going to come back with some of our wine. Yeah, we make wine now. I love wine. I kind of like wine. I like wine culture, whatever that means. 101 wine tips. Chris and I are in a wine tasting society. Fine wine. Sorry, the fine is very important. If you ever want to like bullshit about wine, just like smell it. If it's white, smell it, swell it, smell it, and say, but you have notes of elderflower, citrus, and pear. That's always what I go for. And like, Chris is clocked onto the fact that that's always what I say. Other people will go, ooh, wow, okay. And then I'm like, it's maybe. He's really good at all the wine stuff. I am not. I can already see in my pot that it's gone down by like that much. Woo! Yeah, I think my latest channel crisis, essentially, I'm going all over the place with this video, I'm sorry, but that kind of is lol. The aesthetic I wanted with this is that there is like no aesthetic. I think the overarching aesthetic of this video is just like bollocks. Look at my, ta-da! Let me check it a little bit.
Okay, so bash, sorted. Lol, do I need anything else? I need to do the meat. Oh, I haven't put any spices or herbs or anything in. What do I need? I need bay leaf. I don't like putting in cloves. Ow! Fuck. Fine, I haven't stabbed myself. I just sliced a bit of my finger off. So with somebody else. Maybe I shouldn't boil this. The thing is as well, like cooking, like you will, the more you do it, the easier it will get. I think the big thing is like when you do it the first few times and maybe things, because you can't, I think you have to cook a lot with intuition, and the problem is obviously when you cook for the first few times, you don't yet have that intuition, so then it can be very like, ah, and then people I think can easily be put off and not want to try again. Like I get that, like I've been there, but if that has happened to you, I'm telling you, like don't worry about it, just try again. It's honestly not a good enough reason to like give up. And you know people are like, I can't cook. Personality wise, I just think I find that a turn off. Like not just like a relationship thing. Like I'm lucky Chris can cook really well. Anyone really can cook. That's why I love ratatouille so much. It's never too late to start as well. And yeah, you don't have to follow a recipe. You don't have to, like, I've just done this as I wanted to. This is basil. I might just put this in it, 70% oregano, thyme and basil. There we go. Okay, it's gonna smell like spaghetti, yeah, I hope it does. This is not how I personally like to make my spaghetti. I actually have 3 spaghetti recipes on record, being the way my mum makes it, the way Chris makes it, the way I've made it, and I should actually have my grandma's. Because the thing my grandma does, right, is she uses pork mince as well. I don't know how much that's a thing in the UK, but she will mix pork mince with beef mince, and that's always so good. When I do more of these videos, obviously I will do some vegetarian things, I will do some vegan things even. It's always vegan and up to the point of like if you add cheese or not. I admire people who manage to be completely plant-based, but I just can't give them cheese. Like I can't do it. That's why I've given up milk. Also, oh my god, did you know that like, right, vitamin D. Let's talk about vitamin D. Everybody basically in this country, this is the UK, has a vitamin D deficiency, and like your vitamin D is really important to like your bone density. And like your bone density only builds up until you're like 35, and that's why like you can get brittle and fragile bones when you get older. So everybody needs to build up vitamin D, especially until the age of 35. But in this country, because it's not sunny enough, you don't have it. So everyone should basically have a vitamin D supplement. And the vitamin D supplement you should really get are like the oral sprays, because the tablets are good, yeah, but they don't absorb nearly as much because like your body has to break down the tablet and all that kind of stuff to try and get at it. So yeah, vitamin D. Noise. But yeah, everybody has a vitamin D deficiency. Woo! My dad does like sports medicine, so that's why I'm bringing this up. Currently his like area of like focus. I feel like it's getting a lot more traction in the mainstream media as well. So everybody get a vitamin D spray because you've all got a deficiency. I have one. My mum has like one that is like 3 times as strong as mine is. Ooh, Christ. I felt something against my foot. And it's a tea towel, it's not a rat or something. You know, I've only seen 1 rat in this city the entire time I've lived here. 1. I'm quite happy about that. Have I seen more? I've seen other rats somewhere else, but I can't remember where, but it wasn't London. Just on the meat. So this is looking like this. That is looking like that. I'm gonna put it in now. Apparently ham and like bacon are so bad for you. Apparently they're like incredibly carcinogenic. The idea of that kind of horrifies me because I love bacon. Yeah, I can't give up meat either, I'm sorry. I know I've just reduced how much meat I have. Woo, that is hot. Oh, woo. It's always the moment where I actually decide to like lean in and like smell what I've made, and then I'm like, oh my god, it smells like it's supposed to. Even though obviously I've put everything in, it's gonna smell like it's supposed to. It always still surprises me. Oh, do you wait, maybe this is a better thumbnail. If anybody tries to come in. I like this thumbnails where it kind of the overall impression you get is that like, this bitch knows. I'm gonna have some basil. Oh yeah, little life tip, you have to wait till the grease, like in the pan, don't fucking pour that down the drain. Wait till it solidifies and then you scoop it out and you put it in the bin. Don't try and put it anywhere else. Oh my god, this looks like it's supposed to. Yes, this will always be, you know, this looks like it's meant to, this smells like it's meant to. It's always for some reason a revelation to me. Get a bolognese. Let's see what I didn't put in here. No cherry tomatoes, nope. No red wine, no tomato puree, no fresh basil. I really want one of those like herb plant, growing live plant box. I described that incredibly well.
no rosemary, no celery, no bacon. Yeah, so even if you find a recipe, it doesn't mean you have to follow it. That's the thing, is like, you will get better at this, I promise you. Like, but you'll be a lot better at choosing what you do want to add, what you don't want to add, what you know tastes better for you, what you know works better for like your family. You'll get better at that. Very easy learning curve, and I think people forget. Weirdly, I think people forget with cooking that there's a learning curve, because you feel like, oh, it's a recipe, I should be able to follow this. Like, trust me, you will, you can do it. But like, if the first time you cook something, you get it perfectly right, that is really fucking impressive. Like, often you will have to adjust recipes and all that kind of stuff. That's why there's so many out there for the same thing. That's what I'm saying. Google multiple ones. I think this kind of looks ready though. It's the kind of thing where like, I'll make it, I'll feed it to myself, and then maybe like I'll just leave it on the stove while I'm eating, because I freeze everything. I'm gonna leave this for a little bit, I'll come back to it, and then I will serve it, and then I will send like a bath. So it's lighting better, it's lighting significantly better. I don't know how I feel about mukbang. I don't know how I feel about those. I feel like I would do it on a live stream if I've just timed it horrendously, because I try and eat always before my live streams. But if you want that, we can do that. Eat during my live stream, eat with food in my mouth. Everything my mother told me not to do. Okay, I will see you when this is done. No, you forgot about pasta. I got so fixated on doing this sauce, I forgot it comes with pasta. Live tip, boil the kettle. Don't wait for the water to boil in the pan. I forgot that was a thing. This is paper, can recycle you. I don't feel too bad if for whatever reason I can't recycle some paper, because at least paper decomposes, you know, it's not like plastic. Plastic doesn't decompose. You know, nappies take like 500 years to decompose. That really bothered me. I didn't like that. I kind of hope that like cloth nappies become more of a thing, even if it's not necessarily more cost efficient, because obviously you still have to pay for every time you do a load of washing, and then the energy involved in that. Does it create the same waste? I am thinking about that. I like to think ahead. I like to plan ahead. Oh, pasta is great. Love it. I was shocked that I didn't taste of wine. That's stupid. How are you guys doing? I know this isn't a live stream, but tell me how your lives are. Tell me, what is your favourite thing to cook? What is the most recent thing you cooked? I should put salt in that water, shouldn't I? I got so excited because I went into a different Tesco's yesterday, and I was just thrilled that they had a different super noodle than the one in my normal like Tesco's. So I had beef super noodle instead of chicken super noodle. Oh my god, it's amazing. It made the entire flat smell, but I wasn't even sorry. Super noodle is like a student superfood. It's one of those things I recommend you just have in your cupboard, because you don't necessarily know how your life is going to pan out that day. Super noodle might be the one thing you need. I realise I haven't put the timer on. I will see you when this is all done. Ooh, I framed this so well. You can't see anything. Maybe when I scoop it up. Yeah, woo! I think I'm so excited about it. I just like making food I can put cheese on. So, woo! Look at me. Look at that. I made food. And now, perfect. Perfect. A little more. Oh my god. Salt Bay, long move over. Cheese Bay is in town. So yes, thank you for coming to my first episode of Cook With Me. I hope that showed you guys how easy that was. I will link that recipe down below. I didn't exactly follow it, but thank you for joining me. Appreciate that. Just gonna watch the Coney Jolies, you know, by myself. If you have any recipes you would like me to try for the first time, first impressions, because maybe I feel like I can show you guys that what a normal person goes through when they try and cook something for the first time. On YouTube, any of the cooking videos are generally more of a like professional kind of thing. It's more someone who knows what they are doing. I don't think that there are enough videos of people who don't know what they're doing. I feel like maybe that can be a little bit off-putting, because like, how does theirs look like that and mine doesn't look like that? Test. No, that's good. Yeah. The more you make things, the more you know, like, okay, maybe I won't put this much of this in there and this much of that in there. So if you cooked up the first time, don't let that put you off. Like, do it again, you'll be fine, you will get it eventually. Anyone can cook. The whole cooking from scratch thing is beyond me, because that's what you should do. I think we need to get rid of like, oh, you cooked from scratch. I'm like, what do you do? Like, I think if we just, because it's cheaper, it's better for you. It just takes a bit more effort and a bit more time. But we all have that time. I think a lot of people refuse to admit that they do. Convenience foods. Try to cut them out of your life, because you'll be better for it. I hope you've enjoyed this first episode. Thank you for joining me. Like, subscribe and all that jazz. And I'll see you guys very, very soon. Bye guys.